Oh boy, what do we have here? Inside of this box is the latest and greatest home Kaspa miner. Alright, so it looks like the KS0 Ultra has arrived. So this was actually sent to me from Ice River. So thank you very much, Ice River, for sending this out so we can showcase it and see what this thing actually does. So reported hash rate is 400 gigahash and the power is supposed to be 100 watts. So we are going to check that out and see how accurate it is, but that's pretty insane in the latest generation of home Kaspa miners. Compared to the other ones, this is essentially 4 KS0s for the power of only one. So let's have a look at this power supply here, and we'll just bring this up. And here we can see it is a 120 watt power supply. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. You should be able to, but if not, yell at me. So 120 watt power supply here. There's no overclocking available yet for these, but I do imagine PB Farmer firmware is working on it. It does sound like KS5Ms and stuff are locked, but you know, they'll probably be cracked eventually. But right now, as far as I'm aware, there's no overclocking, but I'm sure it is being worked on. So it does look like they're back to their older design. There's not as many air holes. As you can see, there's just a few in the middle, but nothing around the edges or anything. And I don't know if there's more, less, whatever, but regardless, you can see what they got going on here. In the back, it's back to the old black fans again. So see if you guys can see this. There we go. So now we got the old black fans, and everything is exactly the same pretty much as the KS0s and the KS0 Pros. Now I do think that this actually might be a little bit heavier than the previous models, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember how much they weighed, but that's crazy that this one miner right here is the same hash rate as 4 of these. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and one more down there, 4. This is the same hash rate as all 4 of those, and it's using the power of only one of those. So that's pretty insane. On top of that, this thing is also cheaper than any miner has been in the past. So wow. All right, so let's jump over the workstation and see where to actually get these things, because you do have to be kind of selective on where you order things, because I do believe from Ice River it's the cheapest to get these ones due to import fees and the low cost. But for the bigger models like KS5Ls, KS5Ms, you're probably better off going to third parties because you get lower import fees. So let's take a look at that right now. So where can you get your hands on these Ice River ASICs or any ASIC for any cryptocurrency? And I will have links to everything as well as discount codes so you can get them even cheaper down in that description. But starting off with Ice River here, which is for Kaspa only, unless they do decide to make ASICs for other coins here eventually, we do have the KS0 Ultra at $239. Now keep in mind, you still have to cover shipping costs on top of this when you add it to your cart. Now when it does come to import fees, that's the big thing when it gets to the bigger miners here. As we can see, I think anything under $800 imports are pretty low, but once you start getting into these guys right here, you're gonna have to pay 20 to 25% of the price. So that's starting to add up to a pretty big chunk when you're ordering from Ice River. Now they're supposed to be changing that, but I haven't heard anything yet. It still sounds like it's at 20 to 25% based on previous orders that people have mentioned to me. So moving on to the next thing is Crypto Miner Bros, and as we can see, everything is a little bit more, but we do have the KS5M and the KS5L. They're not much more, maybe an extra $100 or $200, but these prices have shipping already calculated into the price, and it's also drop value shipping, which means your import fees are way lower than ordering directly from Ice River. That's why I'm saying that possibly Ice River would be best for the KS0 Ultra, but the bigger models would be better from another third party. And unlike Ice River, Miner Bros also has a wide selection of various amounts of ASICs. And moving on to another ASIC supplier, we also have Yes Mining here, and they do sell a wide variety of ASIC miners. Ultras, as well as the KS5Ms, KS0 Ultras, KS5Ls, and so on here. So here is another manufacturer. Now, I don't know exactly how the shipping and everything works for them, so I'm still waiting to hear back for some more information on that, but it is another option to look into when you start looking in the future for possible any ASIC out there. On the list here, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of Coin Mining Central, just like kind of Miner Bros here. They do have decent prices here. They also kind of have drop value shipping, and then they also have shipping included in the prices as well, and they do support a wide variety of different type of ASIC miners. And then of course, if you guys are in Europe or anywhere in the world, we also have mineshop.eu. You guys may have heard about this shop around for a while. I don't know what the prices are in conversions because this is in euros right now, but they also have all these Kaspa ASICs and a wide variety of most of the most popular ASIC miners out there. So these are all probably better options for looking for the bigger size models here. But again, when it comes straight up to the KS0 Pro itself, you may be best off ordering from Ice River. Okay, so now that we know where to get these things, the setup process is pretty simple. You plug your Ethernet cable in the front right here. You got your power supply that plugs into the back, and then you just simply plug it in. We're going to jump into my workstation again now and set this thing up. I'm going to be mining to hum pool, so it's separate from everything else that I am mining on, because I do want to track this to ROI and see how long this will take. Let me know down in the comments section, how long do you guys think it will take until this thing finally pays itself off? All right, so I am in the web dashboard. It's detected on my network, but every time I click on home, it keeps telling me the machine is offline. So I'm just going to set it up and hopefully something happens. By default, this will start mining to an Ice River address. I don't want that to happen. I want it to go to my address. They're not getting any free power from me. So let's just get rid of all these Ice River addresses right here. We'll get rid of the passwords here. Now I'm going to put in my wallet worker name. So there is my wallet, and I'm going to put in KS0 Ultra. Ultra power is here. So that almost looks like Sulthra or something, but it's not. It's KS0 Ultra. So now I got to pick my pool here, which is going to be hum pool. So as you can see, I currently have 104 coins that have been paid when I tested this pool way back when in the past. I did actually add this into my spreadsheet right here, and we can see KS0 Ultra ROI hum pool, 104 coins. So that means as it mines, I just subtract 104 coins, and then when it hits, you know, whatever number of coins based on the current price, we'll see how long it takes to make the price of this back. So I just got to find out where the heck we connect to here. So hum pool, where is your connection stuff? Here we go. So I'm going to use KS0, KS0 Pro, US right here, US 1. So I'm just going to copy this right here, go back into our user interface, and put that in right there. I also want to turn the fans to 100%. So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to save this. And hopefully our miner will begin mining once it gets over this offline mode thing. Usually it doesn't take that long, but for some reason, this is taking a lot longer. All right, so it's been, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so, still clicking on my home. It is saying the machine is offline, but if I come into the pool, I can see that it is actually online here. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's an updated version. It's not showing my IP or MAC address or anything down below. My mining settings are here. I did see the fan kept on changing, so that was working. Then I put it back to 100% here, but something is happening with the main dashboard of being offline. But again, we're seeing it at the pool, so let's see if we're seeing it use any power or not. So looking at the miner itself, I do see green light blinking. I see the Ethernet blinking away as it should. Coming into the power here, we are using, what do we got here? It's not working too well. There we go. So we're at 109.3 watts or so. So it is using power, 109 watts. So looking into Ice River's firmware downloads, there is nothing for a KS0 Ultra yet. So I cannot update anything here unless I try a KS0 or KS0 Pro, which will probably brick it or something, but it might not. I have no idea. But right now it looks like I am stuck with a broken dashboard. So have you guys received your KS0s yet? And are you receiving this exact same problem or not? Regardless, we're still seeing hash rate, but the dashboard just won't show anything. All right, guys, so an update here on the dashboard. As we can see, it is now working. So I was done my video, it was edited, I uploaded, it was ready to release on YouTube. And then thanks to some people in Discord, if you're not in my Discord, head on over there because there are great people to help you out. We got this thing figured out. So what you got to do here is if you try to reset this to factory default settings by hitting the reset button, that does not help because I did that 5 or 6 times. So you have to actually go into your IP settings. It's not reading your network. So you're going to have to set it to static, input your network's parameters into that. It'll ask to reset your thing, and it will be all good to go again. And that is the fix for this. So hopefully this helps you out if you are experiencing this, and it sounds like about 90% of people are experiencing this. You will as well. So here's the fix. All right, so it has been a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours or so. We can see the 15-minute hash rate now is sitting at 567 gigahash, which is way over what it should be doing. But remember, we won't know exactly what it does until we hit that 24-hour average mark. So, and in the 1 hour, we're sitting at 491. So I will update this hash rate mode maybe tomorrow or the next day after I get a full 24 hours in a short or something. So stay tuned for that. Let's take a look at what the power is looking at. Before we were around 109 watts. Let's see what we're at now. So we are now sitting at around 111.6 watts. So it did go up a couple watts there from running for a couple hours, heating up and everything, like most ASIC and every miner does do. So that's actually not too bad. All right, guys, so here we are over at Mining Now, which did sponsor me to take a look when I look at ASIC mining profitability. And I am actually liking this website, but point here is we're going to look at the downfall of Kaspa mining. So right now we can see, and it has been ever since the first Kaspa miner released, is the Kaspa ASICs have been the most profitable ASICs to have for profitability. But this is all the latest gen models, and I do feel that the older first gen models are going to have to start falling off the network soon, but that also comes down to whatever the current price of Kaspa is. But this is what makes Kaspa different than any other coin. It has the fastest emission schedule out of any cryptocurrency that has ever been released for proof of work. But even though it's very fast, there is going to be mining all the way. Well, it's going to be mining forever, but the block rewards, the last reduction is all the way till 2037 until you're only going to be mining transaction fees and no longer getting block rewards. But we can see just how low that block reward is going to be at 0.014. That is hardly any Kaspa at all. Now, the majority of Kaspa was all mined in the first 6-7 months or so. As we can see, the first 6 months, that is 500 Kaspa per block. The monthly emissions was 1.3 billion. That's right, 1.3 billion coins. So this is when all the CPUs are on it, and then it went to the GPUs and everything. So everyone that was on very early got a crap ton of Kaspa. There is a lot of coins in very few wallets here. So scrolling all the way back down to where we are currently right now. So we are in the 6th month of 2024 here. So where's 2024? 6th month. We're currently sitting at a block reward of 103.82. Now, just in 2 or 3 weeks' time from time of recording, that block reward is going to be under 100 Kaspa, 97.99. That's only 257 million coins per whole month compared to 1.3 billion, 2.6 billion, and so that's total mine. I mean, but 1.3 billion right here through each month there. So we can see just how much that Kaspa reduction is affecting the miners. Now, this isn't something that we see with a lot of coins, as I mentioned earlier, as usually they fall within, you know, anywhere from a 3 to 4 year halving process, which does cut that block reward in half. Because this is happening every month, a little bit at a time for a 1 year halving every single thing, you know, in order to mine the same amount, if you're mining Kaspa right now and you take a look at what you're making currently, the network hash rate without it going up at all, this time next year, the price of Kaspa has to be at least double in order to maintain the same profitability right now. But the network hash rate has to stay the same. And we know that hash rate is going to continue to climb, especially as new miners keep emerging, and you're going to have to keep buying the new miners. Now, that is the big question everyone's always had. Do you buy the coin or do you buy the miner? Now, obviously, as a trader and stuff, it does make more sense to buy the coin, but as a crypto miner, then you got to sit there and hold it forever. Where a lot of miners, they are mining mining like money printers. They're using daily mining profits to cover bills and expenses and all sorts of other things. So that takes away that whole aspect of just buying the coin and hodling and waiting. But you will make more that way in theory. I remember when I got my first KS1s, KS2s, and so on, I could have bought something like 600,000 coins for the price, but I only end up mining to hit ROI like 100,000 coins or something like that is what it worked out to be. I can't really remember the numbers, but you can see I would have ended up with way more coins buying the coin than mining it, because I'm probably never going to hit that mining it. But the mining revenue, I did make all that money back, and I continue to use that Kaspa and everything all the day to day, where I go into the grocery store buying gas. So it's about printing money every single day over the trading thing or the buying the coin. So that is a big discrepancy between a lot of people, but I feel as a miner, I just get more out of things while I'm mining it and using that revenue instead of buying coins and trying to hodl it for life. But that's just me. Well, guys, that does wrap up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. The latest and greatest home Kaspa miner is here in the KS0 Ultra. Now, I do believe this is better than Goldshell's KA box, because this is actually cheaper for 3 of them and less power than Goldshell's KA box. And Goldshell's KA box is better than this big KS1 that you see sitting right in front of me, as it's using less power for more hash rate than that. So this is in fact a great miner, especially if you are a home miner, have expensive power, and you do want to mine Kaspa. But that decision is up to you. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.